Victory for Sylvanas! That is some good Equalitea. Sipped from a World of Warcraft mug featuring my beautiful Dark Lady, Sylvanas Windrunner of Undercity. Yes, you can be ace and still appreciate the pretty. Hello and welcome back to a Mad AsexualiTea party on Cup of Equality Tuesdays. I'm your host, the mysterious masked Lisa Moon, and I play World of Warcraft. This week we are doing reviews. We are reviewing other YouTube videos. And Liam thought it'd be a great idea, since I play World of Warcraft like him, that I should review the trailer, or cinematic, as I believe they're technically called, for Mists of Pandaria, which is the latest World of Warcraft expansion pack. The other recent expansion packs have been Wrath of the Lich King, and then after that, Cataclysm. I've not really done reviews. I mean, I do a lot of asexual visibility stuff, but I feel like doing queer videos and then being asked to do a review is sort of like, I don't know, being told, you're a really good martial artist. You've done martial arts for 14 years, you're a black belt, you're a third-degree black belt, and now I want you to do cancer research. But considering I have been told that by myself, this should work well. I'm just a little nervous because I've seen a lot of comedy reviewers. They usually go on for like 18 to 20 minutes, and I don't have time for that. And they're funny. I'm awkward, which I guess can be funny, but anyway. I also am not that tech savvy. I don't own the file for Mist of Pandaria trailer, the Mist of Pandaria trailer, so I'm gonna have to politely ask you guys to pause this video and click the link underneath it and watch the cinematic so you know what I'm talking about. And if you have seen the cinematic, then, you know, you don't have to bother. In any case, I'm gonna take another little sip of Equalitea while you guys watch. That should give me more mana, shouldn't it? Right. The cinematic. Well, I'm gonna try not to ramble, as I know I'm very prone to do. Let's get down to business, shall we? But not to defeat the Huns. To defeat... I guess it depends on what faction you choose. You can tell which faction I like. First off, visuals. Watching the cinematic is mostly a visual experience. I'll get to the music and the Pandarian's voice and what he says later, but wow. And I mean that in both senses. That was a pretty cinematic. And of course, World of Warcraft cinematics are always beautifully animated, so that's to be expected. But also, I really like the facial expressions. Like, coming from someone in a mask, I know that's a little odd, but just watch the expressions on the orcs and the humans' face when they realize that their butts are being kicked by a fluffy black and white anthropomorphic bear. And particularly when the human hands his spear to the orc. Their expressions are priceless. I also love the casual, yep, I'm about to whoop your ass look on the male Pandarian's face and the intensity in his eyes. I also really like how, in accordance with the expansion's name being Mists of Pandaria, at first it looks very humid, very foggy in the cinematic until the Pandaren brings down his mighty bamboo shaft. That could have been taken the wrong way. His, gods, how does that not get taken the wrong way? When the male Pandaren clears the mists, the cinematic looks out on this gorgeous mountainous landscape that looks to me very like a Kung Fu Panda sort of thing. Mist of Pandaria makes me think World of Warcraft meets Kung Fu Panda. And you know what? I like that. I think that's awesome. I think it gives you the sense that, like Kung Fu Panda, it's gonna be an homage to martial arts movies and a lot of the martial arts geekery. I said I would mention the music and the voice work. straight off, I just love the music. I think it sets the tone really, really beautifully. My only critique of it is it doesn't sound like WoW music, but at the same time I feel like that's kind of a pointless critique because WoW hasn't done anything this Asian themed before really, so they haven't had any call to use Asian music. So of course it's going to sound different. So in any case, the music, yeah, it's different, but I think it was really well done and I think it sets the mood quite well, which is the point of a trailer. I think they picked a great voice for the male Pandaran. I think he really grabs your attention when he speaks, and you really sit up and listen and want to hear what he has to say next. I think it would have been nice for him to have a little bit of an accent like the Pandaren actually do in the game. But then again, if they'd gone that route, they probably would have gotten that one guy who voiced Poe's father in Kung Fu Panda and Shifu in Mulan and basically every other male Chinese voice ever. And that would have been kind of distracting. The Pandaren does pose the question, what is worth fighting for? And I think that's a great question. It's very relevant to Pandaren culture. And I think the question of what's worth fighting for becomes relevant to the Pandaren very quickly when they discover that a spoiler has spoilered into the giant spoiler carrying their island. That results in the player having to choose as a Pandaren, do you want to be Alliance or do you want to be Horde? And you will see non-player character Pandaren also needing to make that decision. So that question is actually a very good setup for at least the first 12 levels of Mists of Pandaria if you choose to play a Pandaren. I'm just not sure I'm fond of the Pandaren saying to ask why we fight is to ask why the leaves fall. Pandaren are divided into two factions, the Hyojin and the Tushui, and the Tushui are very devoted to meditation and contemplation, and while a lot of martial arts are 70 to 80% mental, maybe, I don't know, 60 depending on your practice, the Tushui strike me as being about 90% mental. Like, they learn how to fight, but they are all about the philosophical side. The Hyojin are impulsive and hot-headed and more prone to fighting before thinking. But in any case, it seems like about half the Pandaren, specifically the Hyojin, actually subscribe to that. To ask why we fight is to ask why leaves fall, whereas the Tushui are going to try and avoid fights whenever they possibly can. Because actually, ancient martial arts secret, the best thing to do when you're attacked is run like hell. And it seems like that its sentiment to ask why we fight is to ask why leaves fall is sort of just steering the player automatically towards the Hyojin just straight off the bat because that's what they expected from the cinematic. And while I love new recruits to the Horde, obviously, I also don't feel like that's particularly balanced. I'm probably reading too much into it, but that's what I do. I'm a PhD student. I overthink everything. Oh, also, I don't know if I can do it as adorably as my girlfriend, but she has this squee over the Pandaran's fighting style and his weapon choice that it's just a bamboo stick, and he just completely schools the human and the orc with just his martial arts and this stick. My girlfriend has this adorable squee of the stick! And I can't imitate it. I'm not as cute as she is, but that basically sums up my reaction to the cinematic, is it's so awesome it will make you squeal. Thank you for watching A Cup of Equality Tuesday. Dark Lady, watch over you. Okay, dudes, dudettes, and dudemeisters not on the gender binary, we need help. I know Mondays suck. No one likes Mondays. There are even songs about it. But we need a Monday video person. Come on, please. Audition for us. Join us and help make all our crappy Mondays a little less crappy with just a sip of equality. Please. Seriously though, we do need a Monday person, so if anyone's interested in auditioning, please just go ahead. Go for it. I hope to see some new audition videos soon, okay? See you next week, everybody. Cheers!